We're back. Carnaval del Sol across the Americas. Pablo, qué gusto tener a esta hermosa mujer que ha impulsado este carnaval año tras año. We are so lucky to have you here, Paola, because you're going to tell us exactly what we're doing here. We're so excited. Thank you again.
Thank you, Daniela. Thank you, Pablo. Excited to have always the talent behind our organization, behind our dreams, which is bring Latin America to Canada, bring Latin America now to the rest of the world. That's what we're doing.
And I think it's so important right now because we're going through the most interesting times that we could have ever imagined. And to be able to prevail and continue bringing joy across the Americas to Carnaval del Sol, to Vancouver, to Canada. Tell me a little bit about this journey that we're embarking on.
You know what? I think that is something that is very, from our culture, we don't give up. We make it everything to make things possible. And we're not throwing the towel. We're saying we're expanding. We're going to bring our joy. We want to bring our artists, our culture. We want more people to know who we are and what we can bring to the world, especially in this time. So I think it's not changing a lot of, we always go through hard times. This is a different time where we are learning a lot, but it's an amazing time to innovate, to grow, to connect, to, just as trying to do something different. And that's why we're here. And this is what we're going to be. And we hope that everyone is ready for what is coming now.
And it's so exciting. Working with Pablo is really fun. You are so cool. Pablo, tell us a little bit about your project managing this year in Carnaval del Sol. What are some of the cool things that our viewers are going to be able to see at home? I know we have some cooking recipes, some amazing artists. What is something you're looking forward to?
Well, I'm very excited because when Paola told me, join Latincouver, join Carnaval del Sol, I come from a background of event management and also doing content and stuff. So then when this thing happened and we're not going to have a big festival anymore, so what are we going to do? So we said, okay, the mandate of Latincouver has always been to bring Latin America to Canada, to bring you close to what we really are, the diversity of our countries. And we, as a nonprofit, it's very hard to fly people to perform in the Carnaval. We've been trying to make it happen. So let's say when this happened, we said, well, let's go across the Americas. Vamos por toda América. So we're going from Vancouver to the Patagonia. We're gonna have music from all over the place. We're gonna have amazing chefs, visual artists. Like we're bringing all this together so that you can have an experience of a little bit of what we love about Latin America. So this program, which sort of appeared as an emergency, as a resilience strategy, is probably something that will stick and it will become part of Carnaval del Sol year after year. So that way you can enjoy the Latin local artists, which you're also gonna see in this episode, and the local Latino flavors, but you're also gonna have a glance of what's going on all over this amazing American continent.
So we always have the most amazing talent and team holding together Carnaval del Sol, thanks to you, Pao. Tell us a little bit about what are some of the obstacles and what are some of the empowering things that our team in Carnaval del Sol has done this year.
Yeah, so as you know, I was saying before, like this is going to be one of the years in history that not just for Latincouver, for everyone we're going to remember, right? But this also is bringing me back to the past in one of the things that we have been going through. And it never has been easy. Like, I was just going to the doctor the other day. I said, always for 3 months of the year, my cortisol always go high. So I'm used to it. It's not something different in that feeling of like, what is going to happen. Sometimes we worry about the weather. Sometimes we worry about different things. And I think that this is an opportunity for us to come together, and we doing year through year. I love to see, like, I have so many examples of groups and food vendors and people who start with us and now they're doing something amazing. Or they're doing their careers because we create this platform. And working together, I think, is the key for anything that we do. And I'm very proud of our team. They are having a challenging year, but I do believe and I do trust that we have again what it takes to make this again Carnaval del Sol, the biggest Latin American festival in the Pacific Northwest, and Canada.
Let's keep shining and stay tuned because what's coming up next is going to be unbelievable. You are going to have time to dance, time to make your own recipes at home, continue shining, continue sharing the Latin American culture and propagating love and unity, which is what it is all about.
If we cannot touch, we can express it, right?
Exactly. Dance, keeping the social distance.
Yes.
6 feet apart.
Physical distance.
Physical distance, not
Physical,
social.
no social.
All right, so we're going to seguir con mucho más aquí en el Carnaval del Sol 2020. ¡Woo!
Hi everyone, we are in Mazacote. We've been away from the stage and missing playing for you. So for this next little while, we're going to play a few songs that we hope you enjoy. They're straight from our hearts, and hopefully you can dance wherever you are. Enjoy. Fue en una noche que la luna nos alumbró, fue mi ayuda para ver tu lindo corazón en tus ojos. Y yo aquí, soñando en tu amor. Canto por ti. Cuando consejos nos abruman, es su consuelo, tu dulzura. Tenerte aquí conmigo, amor. Quiero tu calor. Y yo soñando en tu amor, canto por ti, canto por ti. ¡Vámonos! La 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 la. Llegaron con tu amor, eres mi linda dulzura, te quiero. La luna y el sol llegaron con tu amor, yo canto por ti mamá. La luna y el sol llegaron con tu amor, esos versos de amor son para ti como no. Con tu Sé muy bien que tal vez yo no comprendo, pero ¿cómo es posible que humano con humano se hagan daño así? Sé muy bien que tal vez yo no comprendo. Dale. Y verán que este pueblo marginado, cómo superar las injusticias que quisieron destruir. El verbo de este pueblo encarcelado, el verbo de este pueblo encarcelado. Otro hierro caliente se partió en Nicaragua. Otro hierro caliente. Hoy el pueblo dice no. Se partió en Nicaragua. Otro hierro caliente. Se partió en Nicaragua. Otro hierro caliente. Hoy el pueblo dice no. Hoy el pueblo dice no. Hoy el pueblo dice no.
So we're back. Thanks for sticking with us in Carnaval del Sol across the Americas. We're ready to travel to take you to the ocean.
That's right. Vanessa Prigollini is going to show us a little bit of the scuba diving, of the amazing things that we can find in Mexico. She is a powerful, beautiful woman, and we are happy to have her here in Carnaval del Sol across the Americas.
Hello everyone, I am Vanessa Prigollini and I'm really happy to go across America with Carnaval del Sol por Toda América. I am a psychologist, I am a naturalist, an underwater photographer, a nature photographer, a marine educator, a wildlife speaker, and I'm really glad to take you today through an amazing journey. The peninsula of Baja California, it's an amazing place where you can do lots of activities of ecotourism and support locals. I highly recommend, instead of going to an all-inclusive hotel, you can go to eco lodges or to people with to tiny hotels with locals, support the local tourism and all the activities you can do there. The Sea of Cortez, also known as the Gulf of California, is one of the most amazing spots to find marine wildlife. Jacques Cousteau used to call it the aquarium of the world because the amount of cetaceans, of whales, dolphins, porpoises, sharks, fish, turtles, you can find so many beautiful animals there that it's really worth it going. And if you love to be under the water just like me, because I'm a scuba diver, then it's a great spot to do scuba diving. There's one beautiful spot there named Cabo Pulmo, and it's a great example of marine conservation, where all the fishermen from that village stopped fishing for many years, and they decided to invite people to go and to do snorkeling, scuba diving, and the amount of fish and sharks and animals that went back to that area was amazing. So that's a great example of how to take care of a reef and how it can restore if you stop overfishing in that area. What kind of species can you see there? Well, you can see many different species of whales. You can see sharks. You can see mainly bull sharks, tiger sharks if you are very lucky, hammerhead sharks, but you can also make one of the most amazing divings or even do it snorkeling. That is one of my favorite interactions underwater with the sea lions. Sea lions, there's a place named El Islote, and it's the way to get there, it's from La Paz in Baja California, and it's a great experience where you can play with these animals if they let you play. Of course, I highly recommend not to touch them because they are, of course, wild animals. Sometimes if they approach you, like they have approached me, it's worth it playing with them a little bit, but always respecting and keeping in mind they are, as I said, wild animals in order to avoid any accident. Also, when you see all these beauties there, it's important to consider that the use of plastic, it's affecting them. It's killing thousands and thousands of marine wildlife every year. So we have to be very mindful and keep in mind that we need to stop using plastic to save the marine wildlife. If you want to swim with dolphins, I highly recommend you just jump into the ocean and swim with them. If they stay with you, then you will be super lucky. But I would like to talk about captivity of cetaceans. All these programs of swimming with dolphins in Mexico and any other countries in Latin America are very cruel. These animals are literally dying to entertain you. It's a very cruel industry. It's an industry where these animals are used to swim hundreds of kilometers every day. And if you separate them from their families and you put them in these tiny tanks, they suffer from depression, they become violent, they have even been very aggressive to people when they are swimming with them. And I personally think it's terrible that humans are still doing this. As I said, they suffer a lot. It's a jail. You've been in captivity during coronavirus, during the pandemic. You've been in quarantine, but your quarantine has only been temporary. Their quarantine, their captivity is forever. We can go now to the Caribbean and talk a little bit about the Caribbean, which is beautiful with all those colors, amazing colors. I love to see the Caribbean. I'm actually colorblind, so I'm pretty sure I see them in a very different way than what you see. So we have the whale shark, the swim with whale shark. It's another great example of what Mexico has done to preserve this species. Instead of hunting them, fishing them, now fishermen decided to stop fishing them and take people there to swim with them. It's a great experience. It's the biggest fish in the whole ocean, so it's one of those things that you will never ever forget if you ever get to do it. And yes, of course, you can also see other species. You can see eels, you can see the beautiful coral reefs from the island of Cozumel, which is across the Playa del Carmen. You can also see manta rays, which is great. It's like seeing an angel underwater. And then if you are brave enough to swim with sharks without a cage, you can go to Playa del Carmen in the bull shark season, which is November, December, and January. So bull sharks, females, they go there. It's very important that you realize that most of the oxygen that you breathe every day, it doesn't really come from trees. It comes from the ocean. It's very simple. Third parts of our planet are water, so that's why it comes from the ocean. Well, as you can see, there are so many things that you can do in Mexico. I could just go on and on, but I'd really like to ask you to support ecotourism and not to support captivity of cetaceans, not to pollute the ocean, and to be mindful that we're sharing this amazing planet with so many other species that need our help. Thank you and have a great summer.
Welcome back to Carnaval del Sol across the Americas, and now for a delicious treat with Unión Latino Foods. Miguel is going to teach us how to make un aborrajado, which is a Colombian delicacy, a sweet plantain with cheese inside. How better can it get? Tell us about it, Miguel, at Unión Latinos Food here in Carnaval del Sol across the Americas.
Hello amigos, this is your friend Miguel Potes from Unión Latinos Food Restaurant. Today I'm going to teach you how to do a delicious aborrajado or aborrajada with ingredients you can easily find in your home's refrigerator. Let's go! Okay amigos, for our aborrajado we're gonna need cheese, ideally mozzarella. We're gonna need some plantain, ripe cooking banana. You can see that the plantain is a little black, but it doesn't mean that it's damaged. This is the ideal state of our aborrajado. It has to be soft to the touch, so we know it will give us a delicious flavor. In this cutting board, we're gonna place the plantain. And we're going to use this rock later on for the plantain as well. We will need water, flour, and something to add color. Let's go to the next steps. Okay friends, so now we have the plantain ready, peeled. We're gonna cut it in half to later fry it. Make sure the oil is hot as we are frying the plantain. Here we have our fried plantain, ready to be smashed and given the texture of the aborrajado. Let's start smashing it. As you can see, now we have our mashed plantain. Ready to put the cheese in. We're gonna grab it with the hand. I have big hands, so if I make them for you, you're gonna be lucky to get a lot of cheese. We're gonna put as much cheese as we want. We put it, cover it with the other half, and shape it so that the cheese doesn't spill out of the plantain side. We start to close it in, we close it. As you can see, the cheese is fully covered. We lift it, we shape it uniformly, so it is completely sealed. Okay friends, I'm gonna seal it. The idea is that the cheese doesn't get out. Ready for the next step? Now we're gonna prepare the sealant for the aborrajado. We add flour, colorant, and water. Mix it to get the right texture. So here we have the sealant. This is the right texture. As you can see, it is a little thick. This is the ideal texture for the aborrajado sealant. We will introduce the aborrajado, mix it, and it has to be completely covered so that it's properly sealed. Now that it is fully covered, we will place it in the fryer. Okay amigos, look at our delicious aborrajado. Wow! Now I'm going to show you how it looks inside. Look at this. This is our aborrajado. And I got news for you. I'm gonna eat it all by myself. Okay amigos, you can visit us at 13569 105th Avenue in Surrey, BC. Our restaurant, Unión Latinos Food. Okay, bye-bye. It was a pleasure to share a recipe with you.
We're back. Carnaval del Sol 2020 brings so many amazing surprises. We're here chilling in the beautiful city of Vancouver, and we have a movie recommendation for you. Not only music, not only art, but we also have film.
Vancouver has been set of many, many, many movies. You probably thought that it was Chicago or it was New York or a city from the future, but it was here, Vancouver, a beautiful city. So now let's go for some Latin American cinema recommendations by Cristian Sida, director of the Vancouver Latin American Film Festival.
Hola, hello amigos from Latincouver. My name is Cristian Sida. I am the director of the Vancouver Latin American Film Festival. And first of all, I'd like to congratulate Latincouver and Carnaval del Sol for having this initiative. Even though these hard times that we're all going through, I think it's a great way to still bring arts and culture to the Latino community in Vancouver and also to everybody who loves what happens in the Latin American world in terms of arts, culture, cinema, food, whatever Latin American bring here to Vancouver. And every week I'm gonna be here in this platform talking about recommendations about Latin American cinema that you can enjoy at home during this quarantine. The first recommendation is a film that I know very well. I know the writer, I know the directors that I really admire for a long time. Argentinian directors Gaston Duprat and Mariano Con and the writer Andrés Duprat, who work in the film called The Distinguished Citizen, El Ciudadano Ilustre. It's an Argentinian film that premiered 3 years ago at the Venice Film Festival, at the oldest film festival in the world. This is the fourth film by these extremely talented Argentinian directors. The Distinguished Citizen, El Ciudadano Ilustre, tells the story of an Argentinian writer who more than 40 years ago left his hometown in Argentina to move to Europe to start a career as a writer. The film starts when this writer had just won the Nobel Prize for Best Writer. 2 years later, after this important milestone for him and for Argentina, remember, never an Argentinian writer, not even José Luis Borges, won the Nobel Prize. So this is also the joke in the film, that finally Argentinian writer wins the prize. Is this very famous writer that goes back to his town 40 years later. He left to be the distinguished citizen, but here's the trick. He goes back to the town, and this town in Argentina is what gave him all his ideas, all his stories that he wrote for his novels that now make him one of the best writers in the world. He goes back to the time to see the people that he's been writing novels about them and making fun of them sometimes for many years. The Distinguished Citizen is a great film that you can enjoy now at home in the different social medias. We'll see you next week with more recommendations for Carnaval del Sol as part of the Vancouver Latin American Film Festival. Gracias.
So welcome back to Carnaval del Sol across the Americas. We are in the final segment of this first episode that we hope you've enjoyed.
It's fantastic because this artist that is coming up next is such a gem to have in Carnaval del Sol across the Americas. She is an incredible artist, Grammy Award winner. Lila Downs is coming up next.
Lila
Tell us a little
Downs.
bit about that Mexican connection that we have, and she's a powerhouse. She's all over the world.
Yeah, Lila Downs grew up in Minnesota and Oaxaca simultaneously, so talking about being across the Americas. She has 9 albums, all of them who have been nominated for the Grammys, and she has won 6 awards. She has sang in the White House for Barack Obama, in the Montreal Jazz Festival. She has done duets with everyone from Mercedes Sosa to Totola Momposina. It's amazing to have her here. We're really grateful. Thank you, Lila. Muchas gracias for taking part of Carnaval del Sol across the Americas. And we're going to see her perform from her home in a very intimate environment with her musicians spread all over the place. So I hope you enjoy this presentation of Lila Downs from Oaxaca.
Así es. Bueno, digámoslo juntos. Con todos ustedes, without further ado,
Lila Downs.
Hola, yo soy Lila Downs de México. Y este es un mensaje para la esperanza, para unirnos por la música.
Gracias. cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. De la Sierra Morena, cielito lindo, vienen bajando un par de ojitos negros, cielito lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ese lunar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ese lunar que tienes, cielito lindo, junto a la boca, no se lo des a nadie, cielito lindo, que a mí me toca. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones. Saca tu butaquito, cielito lindo, velo sacando. Que si tú tienes miedo, cielito lindo, yo estoy temblando. Saca tu butaquito, cielito lindo, velo sacando. Que si tú tienes miedo, cielito lindo, yo estoy temblando. Ay, 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 canta y no llores, porque cantando se alegran, cielito lindo, los corazones.
Welcome back, Pablo, ¿cómo estás? Qué cosa tan rica escuchar amazing music. We're here in Carnaval del Sol across the Americas, and we just heard it, Lila Downs.
The beautiful Lila Downs singing Ave Maria for us.
It's so amazing to be able to be here. Right now we're at the Latin Plaza Hub, which is a fantastic place for you to come if you need a place to work, if you need a place to interact. This is an amazing spot that's provided by Latincouver, and here you can book your space.
Yeah,
There's an office space.
exactly.
And you can find it online. Where can you book?
Latinplaza.ca, you're gonna see the address underneath, but it's hot desks, you can rent, there's a whole office space right behind us for you if you have a bigger company. You can have your own desk, dedicated desk, so it's a nice place to work, and we're in Gastown, in the heart of Vancouver. If you're watching us from some other place in the world and you're thinking, man, I would love to live in that rainy, beautiful city of Vancouver, and I need a place to work to start, this is the place.
Yeah, we're definitely doing the best that Latincouver always provides with. So definitely come check out the Latin Plaza Hub. And we're gonna continue with a lot more. This first episode was just a little taste to the beginning of what is
come.
Yeah, if you liked it, please subscribe. And if you're watching us on YouTube, if you're watching us on Facebook as well, follow our updates and share it. Share it with your friends, with your aunts, with your brothers, with your sisters, with your lovers. And if you didn't like it, share it with the people you don't like, with the people you hate. Just share it to them.
We're going to continue enjoying some music, culinary arts, film suggestions, and much, much more in the upcoming episodes. We're just going to keep on going across the Americas.
Yes, thanks to all of our supporters and partners and grant givers and the government of Canada, the government of BC, the Canada Council for the Arts, the Canadian Heritage, the Vancouver Latin American Film Festival who recommended the movies, everyone who has been so supportive of these activities. Thank you so much. We'll see you.
We'll see you guys in our second episode. Stay tuned.
Thanks, Daniela.
Ay.